do recognize the presence of national ministers, state ministers, MPs, and all other protocols. Today I'm not going to speak or give biography about my father. I'll speak specifically about his sickness and how he succumbed to death today. Then my father, Emmanuel Athiei Ayual Makoi, from 2018. Zaman Ketwine, the Yemenite boy, now in English, virtual vascular disease. So we sat down as a family and we took him to India for further treatment. And it is in India where it was diagnosed that he had a vascular disease. Vascular disease, you know, from one year, I had a joke. I could be young, I can't what when they are so we're going to challenge to what is called bypass surgery or operation. Bypass surgery with Omwanya, a realistic he designed like valve, a new guy, choking, so this was the first operation killed my father back in 2018 in New Delhi. And he came back to Juba and he spent another year. So after a year, the same issue repeated itself. The vascular disease reappeared and we took him back again to India for the second operation. Now when he had his second operation, the other left leg was also developing similar signs. And he was also advised that if you experience the same condition, then the only option that you'll be left with is to undergo amputation of the leg. So my father came back, he stayed for nearly a year, and the same condition reappeared again. So he insisted that we should take him back to India. So we sit down as a family, together with all my family members. He went back. He thought maybe there would be a chance where he would go another operation. So he was advised there's no alternative. You have to undergo amputation of your right leg. So he called us. We said then you have to do the amputation. He refused. He said I have to go to Khartoum. He came to Juba and we took him to Khartoum. In Khartoum he was also told that he had to do amputation. So he had no option. And he said in Khartoum, I was a liberator. I fought for the independence of South Sudan. So if I have to undergo amputation in Khartoum, maybe they will kill me. So you take me to Nairobi. So we sat down and we took him to Nairobi. So in 2020, he had his first amputation of the right leg. Then after a year and a half, his left leg also was affected by vascular disease, and he had to undergo the same amputation. Then he was amputated. So my father was having what was called bilateral amputation of the legs, which means all his legs were amputated. for the last 3 or 4 years, he was battling what we call diabetes mellitus. So all this time we kept him in Nairobi. We couldn't bring him to Juba, because there was a time we brought him here for 3 or 4 days. He nearly died, so we took him back. You had also seen when my auntie Ayual passed on, he insisted that he wanted to take the body to Europe. He went to Europe. On the day of arrival, he really suffered and he nearly died. That time I was in Australia for my graduation. My family and everybody pulled out my dad, including my cousin, Ambassador Emmanuel Athiei Ayual. They took my father back to Nairobi. So all these 7.5 years, my father was seriously ill. And people may not see me mourning today or crying. You know, those years when we were treating my father, these were the days we were crying. Today is not a day of crying. But before he died, a week before he died, he called me very early in the morning, at about 5:30 in the morning, which was 6:30 in Nairobi. He said, normally he referred to me as wounded. You know? Then he said, I'm very sick and I want you to go back to hospital. And I said, okay, we'll send you the money. But then I thought it would be better I go to Nairobi. So in the afternoon I left. I went to Nairobi. And it was on a Saturday evening. His personal doctor was not available until the following week, which was Tuesday. So on Tuesday, he was taken to hospital to Dr. Philip. And all the examinations, all necessary examinations were carried out, were done. All his vital organs, they were in place. So there was nothing serious, which was like death threatening to him. But he had a general pain in his body. So I spent almost 9 days in Nairobi with him. And then on a Sunday, me and my friend Mandela Mayanawan, a friend of mine called Albino, went to him. And he was in his bed. We went and carried him, brought him to the sitting room. And we were just conversing. And I saw his face was swollen. But then he told me he had taken an extra pill for sleeping, so that he had enough sleep. Then I went back home at around 7 in the evening to my house. Then again at night he called me. He said, "You come." I went to him. You know, there is a way elderly people feel, or when they know they are near to death, there is a way they communicate to us. There's one thing he told me. He said, the way I feel my body, I'm not going to survive and I'm not going to live. But in case if I die, I'm dying as a happy man. Because why he was a happy man, he had seen the love people or his people have for him. And this is what I wanted to say earlier. We were in the plane, me and my cousin Deng Chakai. And they was telling me, today let us just talk about the sickness. But we don't need to mention other things, which we will say later on when we go to Europe. But there are some important things that we need to point out and say. Because I had seen after we spoke, and I left. I came to Juba on Monday morning. What led to the death of my father? It's not any serious complication which we had seen earlier. It is something that erupted in a matter of 1 week. Because when he was taken, I left on Monday and he was taken back to hospital on Tuesday evening. And he was diagnosed with lack of enough oxygen in his body, which developed later on to pneumonia. And you know pneumonia is a disease that takes an opportunity. If your immunity is weak, it can just go into your body. It can just go into your body. So he was diagnosed with pneumonia, and as soon as he was diagnosed with pneumonia, his kidneys were failing. And then he had what is called intestinal volvulus, like twisting of the intestines. And he was taken to operation so that his intestines were corrected. As soon as that was done, his brain got swollen. And in a matter of a day, he was declared brain death. So if your brain has died, technically you cannot survive. Because it is your brain and your organs that makes you survive. So, and he was in ICU, he was just being supported by machines. So when I went there, he sat down as a family. He said there's no point, you can continue suffering. So 20 minutes later, he just died. Why I brought up our discussion with my cousin is very important. People think that it is me or my siblings who made my father to survive for the last 7.5 years. It is half true, and it is half not true. Because all of us, all you people here in the hall, you have stood with my father. You have supported him. There are those that I know. There are those that I do not know. But he said, I am dying as a happy man because I've seen the love of our people for me. So my father died a happy man. My father did not die because of suffering, because of any one of us. No one is immune to sickness. We are all prone to sickness. We can be sick and we can die. So, as a representative to my family, I wanted to say clearly, let the death of my father be used as an opportunity for politics. My father has done his part. He has liberated the country, and this was the purpose why he joined the movement. We had achieved that. There are things you cannot achieve as a liberator or you cannot enjoy. But as long we have a country, your children, all of you who are sitting here, you are our elders, your children will be the beneficiaries of what you fought for. And all of us, we have not given up. We all have a stake. And I do believe all of us, we have opportunity in this country. This is our country. So if my father had never had a chance maybe in the national government, we are there as offspring, we are his children. The opportunity he did not have, will have it. And that also, it is for his own good. So, I don't want this opportunity to be politicized. Let us mourn our father and let us bury him. I also wanted to acknowledge, and I will say this in Dinka because most of my sisters and mothers and brothers here, they do understand Dinka. Montiwada Ketwan, and we became short of money. There are about 4 people who contributed significantly. And it's good I say it here because you are the witness to my father. I know he is dead physically, but he's listening. My brother here, they stood with me, with his wife. So it's not only me or my family, it's all of us, our extended family. My sister Ayual Makoi, with her husband, into Benjamin Hall, they stood with us. My uncle Charles Church, as an elder of our family now, because you are the Muluga God and Chagai, they are all gone, is the representation of our family. He has contributed to the treatment of his brother and uncle, the pure heart. My brothers, Honorable Joe Mayo, husband to my sister Yara, and Gerald Mungama Kankame, also my brother-in-law, husband to Piala, my elder sister, they contributed significantly. My brothers Bunchakai, Nyam, even my dead uncle, Malumu, contributed. His colleagues I know called Emmanuel Athiei Ayual David, called Michael, and the rest of you, I cannot learn all the names. On behalf of my family, I wanted to say thank you. Even though you are friends and my family, I wanted to say thank you because it is you who made my father to live for the last 7.5 years. A friend of mine also, Magola, and my in-laws, Waratla, Kwetla, Michenkla, all of them, including my mother-in-law, they have contributed significantly. My sisters, all of you, my brothers, thank you. What I wanted to say, out of all these people that I mentioned, the president stood with us 100%. You need to take this message to the president. He's the president of the nation, but to us as a family, we call him our father. Because his daughter now, it's our wife and my brother then. All the 2 treatments we did in India, it was the president who made it possible. So I wanted to say thank you, the president, our father, for having stood with us for the last 7.5 years. I wanted also to say, for the last 7 days, if it wasn't for my uncle Charles Church and the Vice President, Dr. Paul Benjamin, Paul Mill, it was not going to be possible for us to repatriate the body back to Juba. They stood in, they supported us wholeheartedly. So I wanted to say thank you. I know it's your brother, but if there's no love in your heart for your brother, that was not going to be possible. I wanted also to say thank you to Uncle Gabriel, who supersedes my Uncle Charles. He stood in day and night for my father. He's an elder to him, his bigger brother, with his sons, my brother Kaka and the rest. They played a significant role to my father. So I also know the Minister of Finance is here. For the last 1 week, I really disturbed your Undersecretary, my brother Rob Noy, minister and to him as the president, the secretary, and to my colleagues. I have a good friend. I always call him an elder, Columpio, William. When we have a problem, he's the first person to come. William, I don't know where you are sitting, but thank you, my brother. You are a good friend and a member of our family. The rest of my colleagues, I do thank you for no problem. The rest, thank you so much. So, as I said earlier, I would have appreciated all these people when we go back to Europe. But to me, if I do that, I would feel that I had not said what my father wanted me to say, because I know most of you will not go to Europe. But this forum is good that I can express his gratitude to all of you. So to my mother, my father came with me. Now I told like this in Canada. In Canada, what is Kubili roller? Corona Kubili, one of change. Roller, none of many of the big white in Lago. We eat a chicken no? By you go Korea. The little woman at the old wine and someone who line of water and then someone at the open. Then we by Portugal, my father is watching over you in heaven. If there's a way he will also express his gratitude to you, he will express his gratitude. So I wanted to say thank you for sharing this sad moment with us. We are grateful and we love you. Thank you.
I choose another day. Nó quay Philippines, yang nó water đại toàn cùng cao độ của bạc cái lỗ và những chú muốn bị là thêm chú truy muốn đi chú chạm được được thế, yên thì ra là bình thường, cứ miền phố